Fat Joe these days just can't catch a break. You know, he's always running his mouth, you know, talking about Puerto Ricans and black created hip hop 50-50. He's always capping and rapping. I mean, you know, just talking about how many people he robbed or all the things. He just said a whole bunch of egregious, crazy stuff off the cuff. Anything, right? Nobody believes him. He knows nobody believes him. You know, he had his Fat Joe storytelling before. He would come and tell a whole bunch of stories about things that went on in his life, how he was about to fight Camacho. He almost got fight with, I forgot the other fighter that was going, Roy Jones, when he said even Roy Jones was forced to lean back. He just said a whole bunch of wild stuff. So he had Cardi B on the show, on the show, and when they was talking, you know, I forgot that woman's Khia, my neck, my back. Her name came up because he asked Cardi B who her favorite rappers was. You know, what I mean, who inspired her. And she started talking about it. So she mentioned her, and Fat Joe was like, she called the cops on me at one time, man. And now all hell is breaking loose, right? Check this out.
My neck, my back.
Yeah, she got some cool records though.
She did me dirty one. She did us all dirty one time. Like, how the f the girls, my neck, my back? We hanging out in the hotel and she called the cops on us. Like, yo, them making too much noise. They like, yo, the girl there.
My neck and my back?
My neck and my back, nigga. Like, how the my neck and my back?
You know she coming at you.
Supposed to call the cops. She called the cops on us. Well, we was in Phoenix, Arizona. Me, Fab, all of us talking in the hallway, and they was like, yo, the girl right there. She called the cops. Said, my neck, my back? She called cops on us?
I ain't gonna say that because that roasting. She could roast. That could roast. Tell her you love her because she could roast.
I love you, Khia. I don't want no smoke.
And see, Fat Joe runs his mouth too much. He's saying that she called the police on him when they was in Phoenix, Arizona, because they was in a hallway talking trash. But Khia is alleging that he was doing something far more dangerous to some underage women. Now, mind you, he was already in a lawsuit with a former associate of his to help him write raps that was with him for like 15 years, a guy named T.A., right? And T.A. was already going in and alleging some things about Fat Joe, where he was saying that Fat Joe was dealing with a minor, right? And the minor name was Doe One, right? So as you can see here, you know, on some of the papers they presented to the court, minor one is a 16-year-old Dominican girl residing in New York. In exchange for cash, clothing, and payment of her cell phone bill, defendant would get oral X and other actual acts performed on him by minor Doe One. On one occasion, while driving in New York City, minor Doe One asked the defendant to pay money for her cell phone. Being notoriously cheap, the defendant claimed to be broke. This upset minor Doe One, who began yelling, cursing, and screaming. Plaintiff begged defendant to pay minor one's child's phone bill, which was less than $100. So he's already in this situation. So now when Khia heard her name mentioned when he was having a conversation with Cardi B, she started saying some real wild stuff about what he was doing with minors.
Fat Joe, your fat ass, no. You finna get roasted this morning, gag order, Fat Joey bag of donuts, you mildew smelling. You. The people been sending in a lot of shit. You been out there talking about the queen. Okay, you knew you was gonna get it, didn't you? You know you had to fight. Well, if you didn't, somebody should have told you. I knew it and been told this story, but since you want to tell it, let me tell a version that need to be told. Here, want to hear it go. Okay, I'm on the road at the hotel trying to get my beauty rest after a gig. I secured my bag and took my ass back to my hotel suite to lay down and go to sleep. Okay, we all artists after a show sharing the same hotel, but not sharing the same evidently. Okay, we sharing the same hotel floor because that's all we have in common. Gag order. And here come your fat, funky, stinking, okay, spoiled pig looking along with the rest of your crew being demonic freaks per usual. Gag order. Diddy ain't the first and won't be the last freakazoid. It started with you. Okay, being demonic freaks and mutants. You know, got a hall full of hoes and underage sluts ready to okay, waiting outside your hotel room door ready and waiting to get you. And so you can watch your homeboys so you can look at and booty hole because your ain't long enough to reach nobody ball. All right, child. I open my door like, what's going on up here on this floor? I'm trying to get my beauty rest. What the fuck is going on here? Get home and clear this hallway, slurping and slobbing on in the halls, decking the halls and balls, okay? And it wasn't even the Christmas holiday. Like and watching your homeboys let you tell it, your crew and your other fellow rappers that's freakazoids like you, other hoes at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning off that shit. Not on my floor. Gaggle, that's why your fat ass got all kind of crimes and suing and a bunch of lawsuits, salt suits, and lawsuit charges now on your fat ass. You should not here want to tell the bitch, put the police on you. You should have told them what. Well, you ran terror squad, all right, terrorizing booty holes and young hoes. Gag order back then, and you still doing it now. Alleged, yeah, right. Gag order, you a nasty and you was doing it, you did it, and that's why they suing you and pressing charges on your fat ass now. Why you trying to act like you innocent? You know I called the police on you for a reason. All right, I was trying to say them. We gonna just tell the truth, tell it how it go. Damn right, I called the popo hoe and I'll do it again. Running around out here in these streets with titties longer than mine from DJ Khaled, sucking on them. Kiss my. Let's get that right. You a demon dog. You a semen. You was them drug little young, and I put the popos on your.
Now, I'm not saying that Fat Joe is guilty or not. I'm not. But this is the second person that's putting this stuff out. Now, mind you, this woman, she was the neck, my back. She was the nasty booty hole girl, right? Telling people to do all that kind of stuff, right? And he was the lean back dude. She's an industry insider. She's alleging that he was doing some very bad things. If she's lying, she could be sued. She has a big channel. She reports on a lot of stuff, right? She could be sued. So for her to come out and say these things about him, right? She has my ear. I'm listening. Because why would she go out of her way to do that knowing what can happen, right? She knows the risks, and she's exposing him and saying, listen, this is what he was doing. Now, I'm not saying he was guilty because the accusing man of doing things like that, I believe that you have to have proof because once a man is accused of something like that, it's hard to get out from under that. So I'm not just going to say that he's just guilty just because I don't like Fat Joe, right? We're not going to do that. But you having way too many accusations. But she was still going on. Check it out.
Okay, go to you and all them that was there with you. Wasn't by I was out of order and them young girls was in danger. I seen crimes being committed and I called the law. Okay, go to just ask your hype man. He was there. Okay, go to in that order. Look it up. In that order. I hope he take you for everything you got and all them young that you f***ing destroyed their lives too. Okay, go to because you did it. Alleged. Not alleged. I heard, I seen, I heard, and I called 911. Someone please call 911. This getting Fat Joe in this hall. Get the law up here fast. As far as I was concerned, them slut puppies were in danger. Okay, gag order in that order. Criminal activity was going on, and your fat ass should have went to jail without the bail. That's where you should have went. Because you and your crew didn't mean to be no good. I seen and I heard you, bitch. Gag when I saw a bunch of young freakazoids in danger. I said, no, ma'am, Pam, and not on my watch. Clear this all in that order. You remember how I walked out there with my hair wrapped up like a queen? It's still wrapped up like a queen now. Locks on deck. Gag on the baby. When I came out there in that hall with my long, beautiful silk nightgown all the way to the floor. Gag order looking like a goddess. Okay, and I seen all them in danger on the hall in the hall on my floor. I told them to clear that hall. Get from in front of them doors. Waiting to get up and kicked out on their head. Get home! 911 is on the way, and I went to dialing emergency number. In that order, I was saving lives, like I'm still doing now. Gag order in that order, putting up on game. Don't trust these. Don't trust these. Don't trust no fat ass. Okay, smelling like Porky the Pig. Get your own shit and let them know that these with a raw bitch. With a head on the shoulder knows how it goes when it's time to let them get gone and to call 911. Get the law up here to lock them up. And I do it again, gag. Or don't trust these. Get your own shit while your pink pig pork rind smelling ass is out here in these streets destroying lives. I'm the one that's been saving lives, and I'm not the one or the two to be with. So I advise you to keep Miss Neck and Back's name out your mouth. Because I've been telling these stories before Jack. All right. I've been telling these stories before all these hoes decide to want to tell. I'm the original roasting gagger. I've been telling these stories since MySpace. If you're really a Thug Mrs. fan, you remember? All right, in that order, you a nasty. Now your sick, freaky, sloppy, fat ass is fighting cases left and right. Talk about that on your podcast while you're talking about me. If you're not going to talk about Big Pun wife and how you stole all Big Pun money and then give it to his family while you're talking about me. You imagine how your sweat smell.
Now let me say this, because Khia is talking about how they had a whole bunch of young girls on the floor in the hotel at that time. Now during my era, it was way freakier and wilder back then than it is today. Trust me, way wilder back today. These women ain't even they want a bag. The internet is there, right? Their eyes are this big. They want back in the day, man. We kept secrets. The internet wasn't there like that. Like your mama that you saw at the Freaknik twerking on that box Chevy, yeah, she was a hoe back in the day. Yeah, she saved, sanctified, and delivered today, but your mom was a hoe. That's why you don't know who your daddy is, but your brother and sister got their daddies. I'm just, don't be mad at me. I'm just telling you the truth. I was there. Yeah, your daddy wasn't crap. He got a bunch of big people was running wild, slinging everywhere, right? That was those days, those times, and it was easy to get it. You ain't have to have just have all that bag and all that kind of stuff like how they got now with the internet, where they got all this unrealistic ideas about what a relationship is and why most of those women don't have none. Back in the day, oh yeah, it was wild, man. It was a lot of people with a lot of money. It wasn't no internet. I'm talking about a lot of money, right? And it was just a lot of slinging and banging. So it would be easy for Fat Joe to have these girls on there, and the booty hole queen. You know what I mean? She telling you to, to go down there and slide your tongue across her crack, right? She came out and saw these girls out there and was alleging that they was in danger. So she called the cops and told them to disperse, get up out of here, because they're gonna bring you up in that room. They're gonna boat race you. They're gonna boat race y'all, run a vicious train. They're gonna be running all kinds of cover 2 and cover 4 defenses all on them cheeks, right? And then they're gonna throw you out. So she saw that, and she ran interference and got them up out of here. So, but Fat Joe, I guess with counsel, he never came out. He's never come out and spoke about this. Even when his friend TA is alleging the same thing that Khia is alleging. He's never got out in front of us. He just sued TA, right? Now, this woman, she could be sued for making these accusations that she's made, right? She could easily be sued. But, so that's why where there's smoke, there's fire. But she wasn't done. She said more.
Yeah. You never let nobody looking like you get on top of me. Who lifting up your belly to find that little ass d? Who opening up your ass to eat it but DJ Khaled? Again, go to your wife, no hard is what you treated to die. She was there taking a man flipping for a check is what we the people say. Talk about that. Gag order. I hope all them niggas come forward and tell your truth since you won't. All right, gag order. No crackers lock you up, you fat ass bastard. And throw away the key. Eat and die, Joey Bag of Donuts here. Oh, what's that? Her stress, bad puss, disease, high blood pressure, low blood sugar count, low T cell count. And that gout, no Zempic and karma is slowly. Good. Nobody coming to your funeral. Stop telling on yourself and keep my name out your fat, funky ass mouth here. All right, I'm on Lies side. You know Big Pun's wife. Okay, you wasn't Big Pun's friend. You was his enemy. None of them hoes friends either with your pussy. What kind of man leaves his friend, wife, and children home just struggling to survive? Doing podcasts is now telling the pack a lie. A gag order in the absence of a man who once provided for them, and you know they needed the man's money. He helped you come up and you wouldn't even get the money to his wife and children. Tell that on your podcast and stop talking about me putting the popos on your nasty ass when you was out there them little young and doing orgies and having your goddamn hype man and DJ that he didn't want to Diddy Jr. Find you somebody to play with and go straight to hell, Joey Bag of Donuts. Okay, now replay this. I bet you won't end that.
Joey Bag of Donuts. Listen, she went hard on him, man. She called him Joey Bag of Donuts, man. That's crazy. But y'all gotta let me know, man, because this thing is crazy, man. She said he had a low T cell count, Ozempic, a whole bunch of stuff she done said about this dude, man. But she's kind of irritating the way she talked, but she's saying some stuff, right? If you get past her, keep banging on the table and all that kind of stuff and really get the message, she said some stuff, man. She said some stuff. The booty hole queen, she would know because she was out there spreading them cheeks back then, calling herself to be a queen while telling everybody her neck, her back, her crack and all this kind of stuff. That's what I call a booty hole queen, right? You know, she was out there back in the early 2000s, man. So, and I'm telling y'all, back then, when y'all young people pull up and listen to Uncle George, oh, it was wild. The streets back then was like a wild orgy. It was wild. I'm telling you. It's not like these girls now on internet, they doing OnlyFans and virtual stuff. It wasn't no OnlyFans and virtual. It was cheek clapping, right? Cheek clapping. I ain't praying, I'm paying, right? That's all it was. They showing up with the bag, right? Plan B, how much it costs, right? You gotta you got a need, I got a want. Let's meet around the corner. I'm gonna meet that need so I can get what I want. That's what was going on back in the day. I'm just telling the truth. Don't be mad at me. I was there. I'm telling you. It was way different back then. Right? But y'all gotta let me know. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man, about this Fat Joe situation. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.